Hey man, what's going on?
Waiting for the moon to drop.
Don't forget, it's all about the weight of the moon.
Do you believe in angels?
This has been a broadcast of Radio Zelda. Good night, kid.
Welcome to Remember 64, where this week we stop the moon from falling and head over to the carnival. Welcome to the show, everyone. My name is David Petrangelo, and this week you're not going to get a quip about our level 27 game, The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Instead, I am just going to tell you how excited I am about this episode specifically, not just because of the game itself. We are talking about one of the biggest Zelda titles out there, especially on this console and for this time in gaming, but two people are joining me to talk about it later in the show. And I'm just going to tease ahead and just tell you that I'm just so excited and so happy to get us together. This is going to be a jam-packed episode. I'm so excited, not only because two people are going to be joining me, but because we're going to hear from some gamers and listeners as well. They sent in their thoughts, whether it was on social media or an actual audio version of it. We're going to share that later in the show, so stay tuned. Plus, a decent amount of stuff to break down when it comes to the development of this Zelda classic. Remember 64 is one of many awesome podcasts on the Tokyo Beat Podcast Network.
And we're back with another great episode of...
Hold your horses, mister. This is a commercial for our show, Nasty Labs, not the actual show.
You mean to tell me this is a commercial for our bi-weekly show from game studio Chuhai Labs, where we talk about games, game dev, Japan, and whatever else comes up?
Yep, and it stars me, Kinsey Burke. And also it has my junior co-host, Mark Lentz.
Sup, though?
So catch brand new episodes twice monthly for only 3 easy payments of $420.69.
That doesn't make sense.
Nasty Labs! Only on the Tokyo Beat Network.
As always, off the top of the show, just reminding you that patreon.com/Remember64show is how you can support this podcast and what we do here. That will be as low as $1 a month. You can help us grow the show and do bigger and better things. And also check us out on YouTube and some video content. I've been putting up some videos of 2-minute reviews, for example, of each of the games that we've been playing, and just a little tidbit and small slice of gameplay of it as well. And if any of that doesn't tickle your fancy, no problem whatsoever. Shoot us a rating on your podcast app of choice. All right, let's bust out the history books, everyone.
I'm learning.
We're going back to October of 2000. Believe it or not, Majora's Mask almost never happened. In fact, it wasn't even a planned Legend of Zelda game until early 1999. With the massive success of Ocarina of Time, a game that was still flying off shelves at this time, Shigeru Miyamoto thought of creating what could be seen as an expansion or potentially DLC to that game, releasing it with the same map, but some stronger enemies and completely new dungeons. Now, I'm going to point out a few key moments and items along the path here, but this is a summary. And if you really want to dig even deeper into this game and have an even more complex history and development, Boss Fight Books is actually a really good place to find that. They have a great book for you to check out. They make great stuff with various authors and a ton of awesome other games as well. Ocarina's original dungeon master, Eiji Onuma, was asked to begin on these newly constructed dungeons, but he told his higher-ups that he wasn't really interested in this. So according to an Iwata Asks interview that happened several years ago, Onuma said that he was told that if the new Zelda dev team could come up with a new, unique idea, but using the same engine as the previous game, they would actually give them the go-ahead. So that's what they did. By this time, the development team only had 13, maybe 14 months to make this game. Now, with an already internal clock coded into the engine, repeating the same day 3 times over and over didn't feel like a huge stretch, they said. Miyamoto was also quoted in saying that he liked the idea because he believed that games should be replayable and that this idea leaned directly into that philosophy. Those 3 days were initially going to be a week, but in order to help players remember and follow the time easier, that was cut down to what we now have. In June of 1999, the game was officially announced as Zelda Gaiden. In August, the first screenshots were released with some familiar elements like the clock at the center of the town and a Goron mask. The hype and anticipation of an Ocarina of Time expansion or extension was still in the air. Instead of this N64 release, Nintendo created Ocarina of Time Master Quest and released that very similar version to what Majora's Mask was originally planned to be on the GameCube. All in all, Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask on the Nintendo 64 was the fourth best-selling game of 2000 with over 1.2 million copies sold. Ultimately, 3.36 were sold worldwide for the console. All right, everyone, you've heard enough of just my voice. Let's bring in some new voices and some discussion about this 3D Zelda adventure. Oh boy, I'm excited. Today's show is brought to you by EPOS Gaming Audio, with a comprehensive lineup of both wired and wireless headsets, gaming amplifiers, microphones, and webcams. EPOS has everything you need to experience the power of audio. Like their H6 Pro lineup, which features two versions, an open or closed headset. The closed headset allows you to tap into exceptionally detailed audio and seals out ambient noise, while the open version delivers natural, high-fidelity audio with an incredible soundstage. Both headsets include a magnetic, detachable microphone and a sleek design that has no wild RGB configurations, just good design. Listeners can save 15% by visiting www.eposaudio.com/gaming and entering the code EPOSFRIEND15 at checkout. That is EPOS Audio, EPOSAUDIO.com/gaming, and entering the code EPOSFRIEND15, no spaces, no underscores, no points. All of that can be entered at checkout for a 15% discount. As I mentioned earlier in the show, there are three of us to talk about this crazy, classic, dark game. I absolutely love the fact that I have two people sitting in front of me on this screen, not in person, sadly, to talk about Majora's Mask. One of them is a returning guest. Jiggylookback, how are you, man? Welcome back.
I am great. Glad to be here.
Amazing. We talked the heck out of Donkey Kong 64. If anyone has not listened to that episode yet, and that was a blast. That was good to go back to. It was like this, quite the time sink, but in a good way, I would say. So we broke that down. That is on our previous episodes. If anyone hasn't listened to that, that is on your feed. And I'm extra excited because if anyone has been listening to Remember 64 over the last year and a bit since it launched, you know that Luigi has been a little bit of a hiatus for the last couple of months, but I'm so happy to say that he is back, everybody.
Yay! Wahoo!
There he is.
Hooray. You could call the three of us a tri-force, maybe?
Oh, dang.
Oh.
I would also like to point out that Luigi is wearing a green hat.
Yes.
But it is of a different variety for the game today.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
All this time thinking like the last several days, like, oh, there's going to be three of us on this. This is so cool. Did I ever think of the word Triforce in my head until you said that? The answer is no.
Now here's the question. Okay, which one? Who gets what? Okay. Who's power? Who's wisdom? Who's courage? You think you're courage?
I think so. I put this hat on today, didn't I?
Okay, yeah. You know what? You got me.
I showed up, didn't I?
It certainly wasn't a wise move.
I feel like because I look the youngest and the most, I don't have like any facial hair, so I guess that means I'm Zelda. So I get wisdom.
I was gonna say the strength of youth.
Okay, all right, yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, I'll take the wise one. I'll take the wise one. I mean, it's fun to just act the part, even if it's not true. I'll take it. Or the host. Yeah, it's a host. So yeah, sure, right. I'll take it. Yeah. All right. Well, I like this Triforce thing. This is good. It's learning something new every day, boys. So thank you. Okay, so let's just start with sort of like we've done with other games and stuff like that. Just sort of like our history with it. I don't have much to say because I never played this game until the last several weeks. So my history with it was I know what it is. I know a friend that had it and really liked it. It was never anything that I owned until really late into the N64 of me having it. I didn't even own Ocarina of Time until much later. So this was never a Zelda game that I played much of. I think I tried a few minutes here and there at my buddy's place, and that's it. I knew kind of the gist of the time loop and things like that, but that's kind of it. So that's my history. I have nothing. And then I played this on Switch, on the Switch Online service. But Luigi, man, I want to hear from you, man. What's the buddy? What's the history with Majora's Mask, man?
I didn't play this game when it came out.
No. Yeah.
It's weird. You'd see like some commercials for it. I was watching like wrestling at the time, and like they had like a tie-in promo that they would run commercial breaks, and like Jeff and Matt Hardy standing in the ring, like watching the trailer, like he only has 3 days to save the world. Like one of them turns to the other.
Hardy Boys are the best. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there it is.
But for some reason, it was like a black hole. And I say for some reason, I know what the reason was. It was because I was playing Ocarina of Time still, like for the 50th time. Holding the controller upside down this time or something. Like
playing with feet.
Yeah, I just was so immersed in the game itself that like, and it was my favorite thing in the world, that I was playing other games and stuff. But when I was by myself, I was like, I'm just going to put Zelda back in and, do another playthrough and see what happens and stuff. So I didn't get to it until it was like my best friend too loved it. It's his favorite. He absolutely loved it. And I would go watch him and be like, it's fun. It's cool. But like I didn't play it till the GameCube collection happened.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I stopped and started this a lot. I would get a little bit further each time, but I would usually end up in the water area and just be like, this is fun. I would rather just swim around than keep playing this game. And then I kind of fall off the game. But for the show, for Chat of the Wild, my Zelda book club,
I was gonna say if there's any episode that you're going to bring your beautiful face and voice to, it's going to be something Zelda related. Like, come on.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta come hang out for that, right?
Yeah, come on.
I did end up beating it for that finally, which I had. Yeah, like I said, I think the farthest I'd gotten was beating the water area, and then just kind of, I'll get back to this. So, yeah. I like Majora's Mask. I think when I was younger, it got a lot of hate, and now it gets a lot of love, and I think that's nice. I also think it's kind of the cool thing to do, but that's neither here nor there. So anyway, in summation, please vote for Majora's Mask this Tuesday.
Sir, what about you, man? I don't know if you are exaggerating, but I think you told me when we were discussing if we were going to play this game next that you've played this like a dozen times or something. Okay. Is that true?
No, that's an exaggeration.
Okay.
I've definitely played it more than once. But I would say under 5 times. And every time, it's like, well, am I going to do everything, or am I just going to, like, I feel like I did everything once. And now I just did everything again because I
Yeah.
was like, I gotta rehash it. Basically, long story short, I wanted the Fierce Deity mask. So you gotta do like everything,
At a
You
certain
You
ignore a
literally
few
have to
pieces
do
of heart,
everything,
but
right? Yeah.
At a certain
was
point,
so
you're just
cool.
like, okay, well, I'm here. I might as well
Yeah,
do everything.
exactly.
Like halfway through the game, you're like,
Exactly.
I'm getting every mask.
Exactly. Because the actual game itself, I feel, isn't that long. It's like it's 4 dungeons basically. I mean,
Yeah.
like give or take a few smaller areas, but it's really not long. But this game, my history with it, when it came out, I was young. I was probably like 8 or so, maybe. I don't know, 9, somewhere
Yeah,
around
so
that age.
the strength of youth
And
definitely.
yeah, strength of youth. And
It's definitely, yeah, we're
yeah,
going with that one.
but I have this vivid memory of being at Walmart, and I walk in and I buy all the Nintendo stuff, and some kid was like playing it on one of those kiosks, and the screen is like
Yeah.
way above you. And I was just watching him play. I'm like, wow, this looks so cool. And I played Ocarina of Time. I loved it. I don't know how far I got because I was stupid, but I'm watching the screen, and then he puts on the Deku mask, and he like starts transforming, and Link starts like screaming,
Yup.
and I was like petrified. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so scary. So I didn't touch the game. I didn't go near the game for a solid like
And you know
3 or
that kid
4
was
years.
like, an 8-year-old just walked up behind me. I'm going to put this mask on and not skip the
Yeah,
cutscene.
probably. Yeah, probably. It was terrifying. If you really look at those transformations, those things are actually very scary. Like,
Okay, that's the first thing I noticed. The first thing I noticed, because I've seen the masks. I know that there was just a few dungeons. I've seen what Link transforms into. I've seen that, but again, never really had experience with it. But I never saw. I don't know how I had never seen what that transformation looks like until I played this, and I was like, "What in the living shit is happening? This is dark as hell."
It's edgy.
Like,
oh yeah,
it's edgy. Yeah,
it's edgy. Yeah, it is.
It's pulling a 1993 edgy in 2000. Like, come on, it's edgy.
I mean, like, you think about it, you're like, did Link have to scream like that? Like, it's like painful for him. I'm like,
No.
geez, freaking criminy.
No,
like,
he didn't have to do that.
No, why is it like that? Like, why? I don't understand why it's like,
Because they just let him do it. Like, you got a year.
Because,
Put it in.
like, they needed. Yeah,
I don't know. They were. This was made, or at least headed up by Aonuma and
Yep.
Koizumi, and so they were the ones that were trying to sneak as much story stuff into Ocarina behind Miyamoto's back. And if he ever like found out it was in there, he'd be like, "Take that out." So they were always trying to like build lore in the little corners and spaces that they had. And so now they get a game, and I think Miyamoto's off, playing with Pikmin or something, or the GameCube or whatever.
Yeah, probably Pikmin. Yeah, exactly.
And he's not as involved with this one, and so I don't know. They just got to do a lot of whatever they wanted to.
Sure.
So,
yeah, I mean, but that's the thing. I actually think like one of my favorite parts of just the game itself is just the fact that it is it's within the same engine of the previous game, but they didn't just like rehash things at all. Like everything looks, not everything, but a lot of things look different, feel different. It's dark as shit. The masks, obviously, that what we're just talking about is a prime example. Like, and the story's different. It picks up where you kind of left off in a way. Like it's like everything around it of just sort of like, to me, I approach Zelda games. This is not the way to do it, but because I've only played maybe half of them, I would say, maybe I'm over half now that I've played this, to completion at least. I find them all to be like individual stories and not linked together. Like, no pun intended, but what's the term I'm looking for? And TV shows do that. Oh my god, why is it escaping me? Anthology. I see the Zelda games, Legend of Zelda games, as anthologies in a way. But again, I haven't really played them back to back. I've only played a few sparingly here and there. This is the first one where I was like, oh, this is, and I know Tears of the Kingdom is that too, in a way. But to me, I've never felt like, oh, this is the exact same Zelda, this is the exact same Link, until I played this one. And I was like, oh, okay.
They rarely get to do that.
Yeah.
I want to get back to Jiggy, your your first times with the game because we cut
Yeah.
you off at your night.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh, you're good. Yeah.
and then I forget what I was going to say. Yeah, here, go ahead. That's a perfect
So-
segue. Me
Yeah,
forgetting what I
perfect
was gonna
segue.
say.
So I didn't touch it in my first playthrough. I actually did have it on GameCube or whatever, the re-release or whatever, but then
Yeah.
I ended up waiting and playing it on Virtual Console, I think on the Wii.
Yeah.
So that was the first time I really sat through. Like I played
the
it
classic
bits and
controller?
pieces.
That
No,
little-
I used a GameCube controller.
Oh, right, of course.
Yeah. Yep. So,
Perfect.
and I had the GameCube version. But that was my first like solid like I played through it, and then I think I did everything, and then I played it on and off. But I think this might have been my first time playing through like 100% on the N64 version. So, and I'm biased, but I like the N64 controller for this.
It's true. It's what you should play these games with.
Yeah, it feels
works.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even on Switch, just using the other joystick as the C buttons and stuff.
Oh.
It felt okay to me. Like it didn't feel unnatural or anything like that. But I
Mhm.
could see that if I had the 64 controller in my hand, I'd be like, oh yeah, no, this feels right. I wasn't struggling with it in any way, but I never,
Yeah.
I kind of knew what the controls would sort of be. Just
Yeah.
based on having experience with Ocarina of Time, so I wasn't like it's not a
Having
huge
to-
difference really.
Having to replay these games on different systems is like usually the same weird setup. The C stick
it
goes to
was okay.
the right stick, and
Yeah.
or C buttons go to the right stick, and
I don't mind having the stick be the C buttons. I don't know. I find it, maybe I'm just used to having that second joystick. Maybe that's why at this point
Mhm.
I just find it to be kind of like okay, but
There's some level of like inaccuracy I think you get with a stick when you're playing the ocarina, especially like I don't know.
Oh yes.
It's just like it's not as fluid as a 64 controller, just having those separated buttons. But other than that, it's manageable. It's fine.
Yeah,
You
I
get
tried
used
to
to
do
the
like the whole
ocarina.
like half circle roll like you would do like if you're trying to do a Street Fighter move or something like that, and the game just didn't really register it in the same
No,
way.
it
So
doesn't like
prime
that.
example. Yeah. I was like, oh, I'm Ryu, but I'm playing Majora's Mask. It didn't work.
It's like trying to dial a bunch of numbers on a touchtone phone.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. I didn't catch any of that.
So I'm gonna mention the Switch stuff up front before because I'm gonna forget at some point, but. To me, overall, I found this game to be, as a first time player, I found this game to be mostly the atmosphere and the story and the different masks and stuff as the standout. Like I love how the masks, especially the main ones that you're, not just the smaller ones, the hoods, masks, all those things that you find. Some of them are called hoods, some of them are called masks. I think I'm terrible with this, guys. I'm really
one of
bad at
them's
this
just
whole
a
Zelda
dude
thing.
sticking out of your forehead.
Yeah, one of those the bunny ears, the bunny ears and stuff, or the pig one,
the
which
bunny hood.
Yeah, the bunny hood. That's it. Yeah.
Okay,
exactly,
wait.
right?
I'm gonna stop this for like 2 seconds, and I'm just gonna say,
Yes, please.
if you're playing the game, okay, make sure you get the bunny hood and the stone mask, because those are like the two like most. I think they're the most important masks besides the main ones you get, because they just speed up the process of the game significantly if you have them.
So the bunny hood, unlike in Ocarina of Time, what does the bunny hood do actually in this one?
It speeds you up. It makes
Yeah.
you run faster.
Run. Essentially makes you run, I would guess.
And then what does the stone mask do?
The stone mask makes you invisible to enemies. And not just enemies, but also like if you're in the section like with guards or whatever walking around, you can sneak past them without doing anything. You can roll all you want. You don't have to be sneaky.
The pirates or whatever they are, right? Pirates.
Yeah, the pirates. I was gonna say Gerudo, and they technically are Gerudo, right?
So they're,
They're
just pirates.
I like that section.
boats.
That section was fun, even though I didn't have the mask. I like that section.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
If you don't, you can sequence
Sorry.
break and get that one early, which I've never done, but yeah, that's probably a good thing to do.
I was gonna say it was really funny when you said, I think you said something about they didn't rehash assets or something, and I was like, and like when you said that, I was like, they literally took all the models from of characters from Ocarina of Time and just renamed them. So you have like
Jumble them up. Yeah.
So you had instead of Lon Lon Ranch, you had like Romani Ranch, but the girl there is the same model girl. And like her sister was the adult version of her.
It's like it's the same girl, but the adult and kid version. It's so good.
Yeah. It was pretty funny.
I love when you go you turn a corner in the swamp and you're met with like one of the coolest boss fights in Zelda history. There's the old witch lady who is like sinister and powerful and dark, and I stop in my tracks and she's like, "Oh hi, I need to find my sister. Come help me." And I'm like, "I don't trust you." But it's so good. I love that moment.
I like that a lot. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh no, I was gonna ask a question. I was thinking, weren't they actually the same name in Majora's Mask as they were in Ocarina of Time in that one? I think they had the same names too.
Kume and Kotake.
You tell me.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Not everyone gets a new name.
Yeah, so that was really funny. So they're literally same name, same model, but we're just gonna gloss over that they're Ganondorf's surrogate mother or whatever.
Yeah, like, whatever.
Let's forget it. It's
nothing.
Fine.
Oh,
it's
hi.
forgotten.
Hey, aren't you guys dead?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Fine. That was last week. Quiet.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, Link. Don't worry about it.
It was a wild Friday night, okay? That's all that was.
You know that whole game theory thing about Link in Termina being, Link is dead and he's going through the different seasons of
right.
Yeah.
So like maybe.
Oh no, this kid is dead. I'm sorry. Like
he's long gone.
Oh yeah, someone put that forward at the beginning of our season, and I was like, okay, I'll keep that in mind going forward. And by the end of the season, I was just like, we are a dead person. Yes, it is dead.
Yeah,
I'm so bad with Legend of Zelda lore and stuff. Like for me, completely forgot that some of these characters would have been the same. I know they look familiar, like at the ranch or at and all that. I was like, yeah, no, that looks familiar, but is it? I don't know. Yeah. And I just kind of kept going. Like, I don't know. And it's also been a very long time since I played Ocarina. So there's that too.
There's
I just happen to play them back to back. Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, there is. It's Luigi, you mentioned the first area, the swamp, the first dungeon, all that stuff. I actually thought that was my favorite one. I don't know if you guys have like a favorite. I don't know if it was because it was early in the game and I was sort of like learning and really getting into like the feel of how the game was and all that, and really getting into the whole mechanics of the mask.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is cool to be able to sort of combine the masks in future dungeons and be able to use them for different reasons and all that. But that first one, for some reason, I don't know if I just like the way, like what you can do when you're wearing that mask. I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
But I just like the setup of that one. I like that area. I had a good time with it. Do you have like a favorite one or anything, or one that like, I know you don't like the water one, or at least you don't like the water area or something, but.
Oh, was that me? I love the water area.
Oh, you do? Oh, I thought you were hinting that you hate it.
Oh, it's the best.
Okay.
The way the Zora swims. Oh,
yes.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, the Zora to swim really, like, it feels good.
Why would you do anything else but like hang out in the water? Like, I just kind of like, this is more fun than leaving this area.
Yeah,
I'm just.
It is a cool area. And also the holding on to B thing and doing like the boomerang weapons.
Oh yeah, that's cool too. Yeah,
those are so cool, man. They're great.
I don't know how you throw it like that. I don't know.
I don't know. They kind of like
doesn't make sense
out or something.
It's kind of like it's kind of like in The Dark Knight with Christian Bale. You know, when he has like the things on his gauntlets that he could.
Oh,
where you got these scars? It's like
Zora scars, bitch.
It's like that. I think I like the whole Goron like portion of it. I think the Goron's my favorite transformation, just because I like the idea of moving super fast and picking up momentum. Like that to me was like, it just made everything way cooler. And the whole powder keg, like special sequence and
Yeah.
doing the races and
Straight
stuff.
up,
Yeah,
arms are straight up.
straight up. Can't put them down.
The race was kind of cool. I kind of enjoyed the race. It was I like when you pull out the ocarina and he's got a huge drum set. I like that. That's pretty sweet.
The only thing about it I absolutely hate is, so you get all these instruments, right?
Yeah.
And like when you're the Deku or whatever, you get the pipes.
Yeah.
And that, it sounds cool. When you're the Zora, you get the little bonefish guitar thing.
Mhm.
It sounds cool. When you're the Goron, it's like everything is slightly off pitch. Like it's not the sound of it's that's bad, but it's like flat
It's real quiet.
compared to what you would normally.
Yeah.
It's just, it doesn't sound good.
So
Right.
I had that experience
And it
with
looks
the
weird.
Zora guitar.
'Cause,
It
like,
does look a little
when
yeah.
you play a song and like there's a break in the song, he's still doing like a fucking jam. Like, and, like his hands are just flying and nothing is happening.
So I had the sound experience when I was, maybe it's because I was playing it handheld for the most part. Maybe I should have cranked up the volume, or I don't know what it was. But when I was using the Zora guitar or whatever string instrument, whatever it's called, I could barely hear it, which was really strange. It was so low. Yeah. And I was playing the same volume all the way through, sort of like mid-level, whatever. And I'm like, I thought this guy was going to be like you were just saying with the drums and he's jamming. I thought this guy was going to be fucking jamming. Like I was looking for a System of a Down,
He's unplugged,
like, power chord, like just crush it, and did not get that.
It's like an unplugged electric guitar.
Yeah.
That's actually, yes, that's which I guess technically it is. I guess technically that's what it was.
And like every time the whole like Zora band is up there and they're like, yeah, we need to practice our tune, and they play a song that's just like really
Three
slow.
notes.
It's not filled out. It's really like you expect this big thing and it's not there. It never gives it to you.
Well, and then because like the bass player is playing the dungeon music from Zelda 1, the piano player is playing the game over music from Zelda 1, and like he's like, oh, we gotta practice, and so like I thought like I had to find the notes in between something, or like I thought like I had to play along with him, and then he's like, no, follow me, let's practice our new song that doesn't sound that great.
I was thinking the exact same thing. I honestly thought I was crazy. I thought I was crazy for assuming that. And then it's like, yeah, just press a couple buttons and you're good. Yeah, no, you're good. Yep.
Right.
Yeah,
like
we're fine.
Indiegogo's. They're fine.
Yeah.
It's fun that all the characters feel good to control their strengths and weaknesses. Like, I don't mind having to be any one of them for extended periods of time because they all feel pretty competent. To I don't ever feel like I'm in too much danger in any one of them. So
no, and I like how you know, with the first mask, the first, you know, like you start, like I was saying, how this game starts and sort of how it sort of like gets you into the world and everything. The fact that you have that mask on right away and you're not Link for actually, I don't know, like a couple hours or an hour or something like that. I love that approach because it's already a completely different game. You know, right off the bat that you are not playing the same game, despite it looking somewhat similar and the controls are the same or whatever. Like you're trying to find a way to sort of correct what happened, but then you can just reuse that ability. Yeah. It's honestly, it's really, really great. Those first few hours hooked me way more than I thought they would. And honestly, more from what I remember, it's been a long time since I've played it, but hooked me more than Ocarina did because of that type of setup and the fact that it's so different than most, or if not every other Legend of Zelda game. So I like that for sure to get started. Maybe that's why I like that first dungeon more, is because I was kind of like in it, you know, I was a little bit more. It's kind of fun. I mean, it's not crazy unique, but I like sort of popping into the flower and flying up. Like I like that ability. That kind of stuff's fun. So
hey, this is Matt Bradley Shurgi, host of Sequelcast 2 and Friends, also part of the Tokyo Beat Podcast Network, with my thoughts on Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask for the Nintendo 64. While I didn't own a Nintendo 64, my friends did, and I played this a bit. I also worked retail when the game came out, and I believe it was around the holidays. Like, it was a really tough to find. One time we had a kid, or someone, or the parents rather, call in and said, "Oh, my kid wants Zelda for Christmas. Do you have it?" And I was in the movie department, but they would, often transfer people to whatever so you can get the phone. And I said, "Oh yeah, we should have a copy," without checking. And then of course the mom comes in, and we're all sold out of copies at that point, which I had no idea. And rightfully she was angry. And I was told I shouldn't have done that. So that's part of my Majora's Mask story. But regardless, the game required the memory pack. And the tone really strikes me like David Lynch, Twin Peaks. And to make a Zelda comparison, it's more like that Game Boy game Link's Awakening, right? Where the villagers are all strange. Stuff is dreamlike and trippy. A lot of stuff isn't explained, and you kind of got to do it over and over again to get a bigger picture of what's going on. I think from a game design perspective, it's a good one to study. However, when you're actually playing it, especially the first time, if you do it without a guide, it's really frustrating and really hard, and I can see why people get frustrated because it's not a regular ass Zelda. You know what I mean? Like 99% of the Zelda games are all kind of the same. Go to this dungeon, and you fight Ganon at the end, right? The Majora's Mask is not that, but I think that's what makes it interesting. It's also, I think, a bit too, it's trying to do too much with the Nintendo 64 hardware. You can feel the system kind of chunk a bit. And yet, with all the remakes that they've been doing on Nintendo Switch, or compilations and so forth, I think it would be really cool to get a remake of Majora's Mask with kind of a modern treatment. You could do cool stuff with the lighting, with the moon, and in sound design, maybe more of like a Dolby Atmos kind of sound mix. Not that the Switch can do Atmos, but that's another thing. But yeah, no, Majora's Mask, I like it because it's different and weird, but hey, I also like Zelda 2 Adventure of Link, and a lot of people don't like that one.
All right,
Hey,
what do you
remember
wanna
60?
do?
Oh my God.
Do it.
Hey, Remember 64 listeners. I'm Philip of Gaming Together Called a Podcast, and I'm here with Nave, and we are here to talk about some Majora's Mask. Right, Nave?
Hello, have you even been on this show yet?
I have not, but I think I've heard almost every episode at this point.
Yeah, it's a good one. We reference it a lot. Majora's Mask, though, what the hell is that?
Dude, wait, do you not have any history with this game?
Okay, so this is my short history. This is mostly going to be Philip talking. I got this game because me and my dad beat the Ocarina of Time like 4 or 5 times in a row. And then whenever we played this, my dad didn't understand it. I was too scared.
I know. It's so scary.
On this show, I notoriously couldn't go into the very first cave in Torok when I was a kid. This is around the same time, I think. Like maybe like a year or two later. What I would do is I would go out into the field and watch the moon fall over and over and over again and just scare myself.
Morbid. So
I didn't know how to play the game. That's really the only... I thought that was the whole game. I didn't understand anything about this game until, the billions of video essays came out afterwards.
Just like an exercise in accepting death. A fatalist approach to life expressed through the Legend of Zelda.
I mean, honestly, that might be because I have dreams of celestial bodies hitting the... I mean, I guess you could call those nightmares, huh? But
I have terrible dreams.
They're usually about the suns exploding and then engulfing the... I don't know what I'm talking about. Philip, talk about Majora's Mask.
So my Majora's Mask history is I got it for my birthday when I was 8 or 9, and I remember seeing that gold cartridge, and I'm like, this is gonna change my life because I love
holographic.
Yeah, holographic at that too, because it had the little texture to it that I would rub my nails against because that's the kind of kid I was. And I was really too scared to play it on my own, honestly. This game was scary. I remember getting that gold cartridge, and I knew that this was going to be awesome. It was going to change my life because I loved Ocarina of Time. I popped this one in, and I was mortified about the contents of this game. I could not beat a single dungeon or do anything on my own. But whoever got the game before me, I got it used completely 100% of the game. So I would load up his save file, and I would just use all the masks and basically just try out each interaction because so many of the masks just have really weird, kitschy things you could do with them. My favorite one, it was probably the Brahmin's mask or the Mask of Truth, one of those two. Because the Mask of Truth lets you read people's minds. And so there'd be a second dialogue for every person you could talk to, including animals. You could pick up puppies and read their thoughts. And then with the Brahmin mask, you could play your little ocarina and the puppies would follow you around and bark. And I loved it. I mean, that's what I wanted to do.
So did you do any of this on your own? Like afterwards, did you figure it out, or is it all just from that 100% file?
I don't think I finished the game until I was like 13 or something like that. And I think I played it on like the GameCube Master Quest disc that had like all 4 games, like 1, 2, the Wind Waker demo, Master Quest, and Majora's Mask or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, and in classic Zencaster fashion, we've had a ton of technical difficulties, so I don't know how long we've actually been recording for. But one thing that me and you in high school bonded over a lot was the Ben Drowned creepypasta. I'm not sure if
yeah.
they've talked about this already in the episode, but we were really into this. Was right when it dropped. We were in like sophomore year, I think, and we were super into it. I proliferated that all through school, and that was really my contribution to the Majora's Mask lore.
It's just the Ben Drowned creepypasta, which, dear listeners at home, go check that out. It gives me chills just thinking about it, about a cursed cartridge with the soul of possible dead children in it. But this game has its own cursed material, like so many of the side quests. Like some of my favorites, like the hand in the toilet. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
Where it's just begging for paper from Link, and you just have to bring it paper until it's satisfied. Or like there was another part where
I lied. You know, the other thing that I used to do in this game was there's this mailman, which of course now I'm a mailman, so it's like maybe it was fate, but he would come in, you would go in there and you would talk to him and be like, hey, count to 5 and go exactly 5 seconds on the dot. And I got really, really good at that.
So stupid. What a great minigame,
Yeah,
though.
I was so proud.
Push the button at 5 seconds. Another side quest was like Grandma's Stories, where you had to get the all-nighter mask so that you could stay up through Grandma's boring stories, and then you were rewarded after staying awake all night. Because if you didn't, you'd pass out, and Grandma would be like, "Oh, Sonny, you fell asleep."
So it's like the original Lisa Painful RPG. What's his name?
Oh, dude, I forgot about that game too. Yeah, it was the Lisa one.
We can't tangent on this show. We're not allowed.
Oh, other good side quests. There was like a mugging where like a guy stole a bunch of bombs from an old lady just in the park, and Link saved the day with this sword where he stabbed this man as he was running, and he was rewarded with bombs.
Why did the old lady had bombs?
Because she ran the bomb shop.
Oh.
Or it's like when you go to the farm and they get attacked by aliens. Another great side quest.
I just like the Happy Mask Salesman.
What? That guy was a freak.
But he's just like,
yeah.
Isn't that what he did whenever he...
Yeah, he had a very high-pitched voice. And he was always just like constant movements of his animation cycling. God, what a creepy game. But I think that's enough for now. We'll let him get back to the show. This has been Philip and Nave from Gaming Together Cooperative Podcast. Avoid meeting a terrible fate and come join us on our co-op adventures. Bye.
There's not a lot you can do about the moon falling, though.
No.
You get the 4 main dungeons, the north, south, east, west, and each one kind of plays off a different mask, except for the last one, which plays off all of the masks. But there's like, before each dungeon, there's also like a brief, like a micro dungeon, or you get this area where you have to do different tasks. You have to do something before you get to the dungeon. They're kind of like mini dungeons before the big dungeon.
Yeah,
and
I think they're
like
literally called mini dungeons. I think that's what they're called. Yeah, I think so.
I mean, there's some of them. Yeah, that like because there's like things like spider houses and stuff that are.
Oh yeah, the spider houses are cool.
Right around, but yeah, each area has like a story, and you're gonna have to do the story stuff first before you're allowed in.
Right.
Yeah, but it never felt like overly long. Like in Ocarina of Time, I felt like I got to a dungeon and I'm like, well, I'm going to be here a while because I got to figure this out. But then in Majora's, you play through these things and you're like, okay, that didn't really overstay its welcome. Like they're fairly short by comparison. I'm like, oh, I found the boss key. Thank God, this was getting old. I'm looking at you, Stone Temple.
Oh, Stone Temple. I've played it once on the show, and I was not impressed. I've been looking forward to it for years. I was like, I always heard that the fourth one was cool, and there's a dungeon I don't know about and haven't played, and was just like, I don't know. It's okay, but I just feel like it gets tedious at times, and sometimes you're just kind of like you're guessing at I don't know.
See, the initial, like the ascent in the stone tower, I'm like, okay, this is interesting. It's short, so it doesn't, it doesn't like make me hate it. I'm like, I'm glad it was as short as it is, because if it was longer, I definitely would hate it. But then you get into the temple, and then it's just constant like flipping it upside down and right side up, upside down, right side up. And it was reminding me of the water temple from Ocarina of Time, which is notorious. Like I feel like everyone dislikes it. I don't know. Maybe somebody out there likes it. Maybe one of you guys likes it. I don't like. You like it? See, I can't stand the whole raising and lowering water levels constantly.
It does suck. It
Yeah,
has
that's the
problems.
only thing. That's the only thing I don't like about it.
So like wide open, and like there's like keys everywhere, and like they're just like, I don't know, go find them. And like Zelda doesn't do that a lot anymore. They used to do that a lot in like older games.
That's true.
And
that's true.
So like
it's the tedious nature of having to backtrack intentionally to hit a switch to raise it, and then you're not quite sure. You're like, was I supposed to raise it?
Did I go there
this high or this high? I can't remember what I needed. Or you find out, like, whatever.
Get that graph paper ready and just draw the whole dungeon like in a 3D model. That's what you got to do, man. That's what they expected.
It does suck. Like, don't worry. But like,
no, I agree. I love it, but it sucks.
But like, there's something there that I didn't know like they were gonna take from us in the years since. Like this just kind of open and free environment.
I think as far as the first one, I think I tried to come into this thinking like, what was my favorite one? It probably is that first one, and honestly I do think it's like the setup of the game, and I think that was like so. Jiggy, you mentioned that like the dungeons, the game never really feels like it sort of overstays its welcome, or the game's not as long as it could be, and all those types of things as far as like how much time sink you put into it and stuff.
As far as the main story goes,
as far as exactly. So that kind of plays a little bit into my sort of like confusion about the whole time mechanic thing with this game. I don't mind it. Like I like the fact that things change from day to night. I like the fact that, at the end of 3 days, there's a problem here. You got to solve it. You got to save the world until the end of the 3 days. Fine. I get it. Right. But then you have your song that can just slow down time. So why is it 3 days and not like a month or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, so immediately when I would restart the loop, I would just slow down time and that's it.
Right.
And then I would have all the time in the world and I would never have to worry about the time. So why, unless you're doing certain tasks that have to happen at a certain time of day, I found like, why am I even playing with time at all? Why am I getting a reminder? Yeah. Like, why am I getting a reminder that there's 36 hours left when it doesn't do anything when I'm in the middle of a dungeon, I don't know.
Well, because you will run out of time. In a dungeon setting, you definitely want to go in with this. You want to plan. You want to shove all your crap in the bank, sell your stuff. Be like, when on this next cycle, I am going to beat a dungeon, and I know exactly what I need to do. And I might have to like play a song and like do some other bullshit real fast, like to open the dungeon up, just real quick. And then I'm going in with like all the time I have so that I don't run out.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I think it's more of that. At least.
I saw something about the development of Majora's Mask, and that first off, they wanted to make it like 7 days rather than 3. They wanted to make it a whole week.
Yeah.
And they didn't have the time to make this game that they needed to make 7 days. So they're like, this is going to be too crazy. Like, it's way too much. They condensed it down to 3 days so that they could reuse the assets that they had and not spend a ton of time developing everything. So it was just like a little cheap thing that they did. But the 3 days, I like the aspect. I also heard it was originally only supposed to really affect Clocktown. Like it wasn't supposed to affect the dungeons. Like the second you leave Clocktown, your time and your gauge would disappear. But then they just sort of incorporated that on everything else. But I think if you look at it with that in mind, it really makes sense, because a lot of the stuff that involves time are those side quests in Clocktown. Like
Yeah.
a lot of them require you to go back and do something slightly different this day, or talk to a different person. But then once you go out into the dungeons, it's really just about the dungeons.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few aspects, but not really.
And as long as you slow down time, you technically have all the time in the world. Because then even if you slow down time and it takes you all 3 days or close to all 3 days, you can just go back and you're good. Which, okay, I get it. That's part of the strategy. That's part of, like you said, just sort of getting all your shit together or whatever. I get that. That's totally fine. But my issue with it, and again, I'm saying this is an issue, but it's really just like I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of playing this game, and even like 2003 or something like that, a few years after it came out, and being like, okay. Thank God I played this now, and thank God the internet exists now, as opposed to when it didn't before. Because I was never a kid. I don't know about you guys, but I was never a kid that had strategy guides. Never.
Yeah. Unless it was like a very specific game. Like, I need this.
So this game, I think, would have been that game, right? And I think I would have been so stubborn that I would have gotten that guide, and I would never have even gotten past or gotten to the second dungeon area, the mountains in the snow. Because in order to get bombs, you need to find an old lady that is being robbed specifically at midnight on the first night and no other time. How the living shit am I supposed to know that is how you get this?
Talk to people.
How, like, I saw giant snowballs that look like rocks, and I'm like, okay, I need bombs. Like, I knew that right away. Like, I need bombs, and I don't have them. How do I get them? I was running around for 45 minutes. I'm like, yeah, fuck this shit. I need to look this up. Like, I don't have time for this shit. I'm in my mid 30s. I got life to happen here.
You don't know about Seikon, the legendary thief?
Only strikes at midnight on day one.
See, this is the other thing about why it matters. That why is it 3 days or 3 days with time slowed down? Because like Seikon, when time is slowed down, he's trying to run away, but he can't. And so you can get him. Normally, he's really fast and he's annoying.
He's fast.
But like, the whole world slows down, or at least anyone who's like on a route will slow down.
Yes.
And it's
just,
I think that's cool.
It's more that like it's more just the fact that like the bomb. I go to that one specifically because it's fairly early enough in the game, like early enough anyway, and also it is a necessary item.
Yeah.
If it was a side quest and it was like another hood or a mask or whatever, I think I would give it a little bit more of a pass. But bombs you need to progress.
People tell you about that. Because if you want bombs, I don't know. I feel like I ran into someone was like, give me, like, grabbed him by the collar, like, where are they? This guy is selling them for like way too much or something like that, or I don't know what's going on, and I can't remember what it is in this one, but
there's a couple things where the prices are different for things. I think actually the kegs, I think the bomb kegs or whatever are different.
So I know I know the bombs in particular. Like things that get stolen pop up in the curiosity shop or whatever it's called.
Sword.
So that's you kind of learn going in there that it was stolen. So that's your first prompt, and then you figure, okay, that's from the bomb shop next door. Like, and then I think they say something like, "Oh, I got mugged."
I guess I didn't. Maybe I just didn't tour Clocktown enough to sort of.
That's the problem. Folks. I think with this game is that people who love it a lot of times played it when it was new or when they were a kid or whatever. And like with my best friend, he spent about as much time as I spent with Ocarina, like just exploring everything. Right. And so eventually just running into all the cool stuff. And like he discovered it all kind of organically because he didn't have a guide. I don't even think he had the Bomber's Notebook. Like he just somehow didn't get that. And he's like, yeah, I didn't even know it was a thing until after I beat the game. But like he loves this game because he spent so much time in it. He got to know everybody. And like I've never had that relationship with the game. And I don't know if it's something that you can necessarily achieve past a certain point because I don't have that much time.
Exactly. Which is another reason why playing it on Switch, like, so I got like a couple bucks off the Switch expansion thing for the year, which is one of the only reasons why I got it. And also, I was like, I really don't want to pay like $90 for this cartridge.
And
for
you can
$50,
buy
the
the N64 Bluetooth controller now.
Oh yeah. Right. It was I was like, okay, I'll shell out the bucks for the year, and I'll see how it goes. So I did it. So not only am I now looking stuff up, which is like sacrilege for me when it comes to games sometimes, in a way, and maybe less so now, but definitely at the time.
Depends on the game, I feel. That's how I justify it.
Exactly, yeah. And also the fact that I'm in my mid-30s, I'm just like, yeah, fuck this.
Covering something.
But also save states.
You're covering a game or something. It helps.
And you're covering a game. I wanted to, make sure I played it within a couple weeks or a few weeks, whatever. But save states weren't bad. I tried to limit myself, so I didn't have like whatever 5 or 6 or however many, but
it helps
every once in a while. It's I mean, we're talking about time, it's like literally a save state is time management at this point. So
right,
because I want to say, like, worrying about the time itself, not always an issue. Some people will tell me like, oh, it stresses me out just that there's a clock, and I'm like, well, then don't pay attention to the clock, because you may not always be doing something. The first time I go into an area, I know I'm not going to beat that area on this playthrough. Right. I'm going to get used to it and remember what's going on and have most of it done, or have it to a state where that I can come back the next day and finish it and then get in the dungeon. But for the most part, it's not that big of a deal unless you're trying to do something very specific, in which case it starts to suck, at least on the GameCube version. Because if you mess up like the ranch side quest at 2:30 in the morning, and you're going to have to start the game over, skip to that day, go sit in the farm all day and evening and night again, and so save states help for that.
Exactly. That's where you shoot the ghosts or whatever, right? That whole thing. Yeah.
Well,
which is exactly what I did
in Zelda history. Yes, that is where that happened.
Is it?
I love that moment so much.
I liked it too. I actually thought I was gonna have a really hard time with it. And I think I did it on my second try or something. I was like, ooh, I'm actually better. I've always liked the way that combat is in this in Ocarina. I don't know. It just feels right to me. I don't know what it is. Yeah, it's really smooth. It's simple enough, but also there's enough going on there and stuff. So I was just like crushing these guys with arrows, like no problem. It was great. It was fun. It was fun.
So I just want to say, save states in this game behave differently than Ocarina of Time, and it's a little bizarre. So you get those owl statues, right?
Yeah,
and you can hit the owl statues.
That's right.
If you hit them, that saves your current time, like where you're at. Like if it's 2 p.m. on the second day or something, it saves you right there. But if you don't do that, it just starts you off at I don't even know, because I just know it's weird.
I don't know. I wouldn't, because honestly, I just kept going back. I restarted the whole cycle every time I just needed to
would just go because that's how you save the game. You play the song time to save the game and go back.
Right. So that aspect of it gave me anxiety.
Yeah.
Because Ocarina of Time, I'm like, oh, I got a magic bean. Save.
Yep.
Oh, I crossed this river. I got into this new area. Save.
I saved 4 times. Every time I saved, I just no, I'm gonna make sure this is on the.
You just got to make sure. Yeah.
No, I don't want to lose this.
4 times the charm.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I will say there's a very specific quest that came to mind in this game.
Okay,
when you guys were talking about it, there's a quest for a dude named Kefe. And I don't know if you know the one I'm talking about. It's like the lover's quest.
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
The big side quest.
Saikon steals his mask or whatever that's for this wedding ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. I won't get into the whole details of it, but long story short, there's a thing where you go into I don't know why I keep forgetting his name. Saikon's whatever. You go into his hideout and you have to get the mask back. And I failed that.
Uh-huh. Oh,
I failed that and I couldn't finish the quest. So I had to go back to day 1 and redo everything
Yep.
over, and
Oh.
it's like a
Well,
lot.
wait.
It's like, oh, you have to do this at 1 p.m. You have to do this
Steal the
at
guy's
6 p.m.
reservation. Wait for it to get
Yeah.
off
Oh,
work.
yeah, that's right.
It's a lot. It's the only one that I think really made me feel like, wow, this is very tedious.
Yes.
Mhm.
But it definitely was one that I was like, man, I wish I had just like right before I did that, I could have saved. And but nope.
No.
I screwed it
Sweet,
up.
my cheating was
So-
just justified. Thank God.
Yeah.
Fine.
No, it would have been useful.
I screw that up all the time. Like that
It's easy
specific right there at that point. Or I like he sees me when he's coming home and like, you know,
Right.
it's over.
Crap.
Great. Oh,
I
I
feel
Stone
see
bad.
mask,
that.
baby. Stone mask.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
and
right.
that's
fair. That's fair. Yeah.
yeah, like it's
You need it. It's not optional. I'm speaking into my microphone. You need it.
those two, those that and the rabbit hood, bunny hood. Those are key.
I always forget
It's-
about it because I played Ocarina mostly and it doesn't do crap in Ocarina. And so I forget
Right.
that I have a fast bunny hood.
Right.
I
Yeah, no,
always
that's fair.
think I always think when I go back to Ocarina that I put on the bunny hood and it's going to make me faster. And then I do it and I'm like, crap, it doesn't do anything.
All it does is fill your wallet.
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
still
it's just
slow.
for looks. Oh man.
I guess I got to call my horse.
Yeah.
Here's my question. I don't know if it was the first, whatever you want to call it, quote unquote, side quest mask that I got in it. It was the pig one or the hog or whatever it is.
The scent
Yeah.
mask.
What the living hell does that do? Because all he
Finds
does
rupees.
is make funny noises and sniffs the air.
It tells you when secrets, like if there's like a chest around you or something, supposedly it tells you.
Supposedly, allegedly.
Yeah, I never used it. I never even tried to use it. I just consider it useless.
It's just
I'm like,
the rumble
oh, that's
feature
just one that
one.
they threw in there. That's just
Yeah.
one they threw in. If you look at the masks, like maybe you guys know this, but if you look at the masks that are lined up, it's supposed to be Falco, Slippy, Fox, and Peppy from Star Fox.
No way. No.
Yeah.
Luigi's shaking his head.
It's-
What?
Yep. If you, well, it's not. It's
That's
the pig from Star Fox. It was his father's friend or Fox's
Pigma.
father's. Yeah,
because it
yeah.
does look a lot like
So-
Pigma.
It
Oh,
is.
it
It is Pigma. It's
does.
supposed to be the
Yeah.
Star Fox. Like it's all of them. They're in a line.
That's
Oh
hilarious.
yeah.
Bird,
What?
frog, fox, and
It's
rabbit.
yeah,
and
bird,
frog, also a
bunny,
weird one.
frog, and pig are all in a row. Oh man, what? That's awesome.
The frog's also a weird one because like you might as well just do that all at the end because you have to do each step of that quest anyway to get the piece of heart, and then you have to restart it every time or something like that. Or yeah,
Yeah,
you might as well just
and
no.
Yeah. piece of hearts. They're not worth it to
No.
me. I mean,
There are
why
so
when
many
you
chests.
you get bottles with fairies? It's fine.
Yeah. There are so
Oh, yeah,
many
that's right.
chests that have rupees. Giant chest. Big chests on a cliff. I'm like, ooh, look at that chest. I should go.
Yeah,
up and get that
that's going to be a mask for sure.
20
Yeah.
rupees. 20 rupees. Nothing. Why?
But the text does say, "Isn't that nice?" or whatever, compliment they're
Put it
trying
in a
to give
smaller
you.
chest.
Yeah, exactly.
Temper
I
my
totally agree.
expectations.
There was a couple where I made note, like, "Oh, I'm going to go back to that one." It would be just outside of Clocktown or something like that, like the main area. Like, I'm going to go back to it, like, because now I have the mask where I know I'm able to do it. Yeah, I got 20 rupees. I don't care. I don't care.
Jiggy, have you played this on the 3DS remake?
So, I have it. No, I played the Ocarina of Time on 3DS.
Mhm.
I did not play Majora's. My brother played through it, but I know that I will say that I've seen it and it looks beautiful.
Mm.
I think the graphics, like, I really appreciate the way the 3DS looks. I think it's just great. I would have I kind of protested it, if I'm being honest, because I saw the fake HD footage that somebody made and had the cutscene of the Happy Mask salesman and everything, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so sweet when it comes to Wii U. and then
No.
we got a 3DS game, and I was like, what?
Well, the more popular system.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the one that continued to sell gangbusters. Yeah.
They kind of mess up the boss fights. They add
really?
They add like a giant eyeball to all of them. That gets exposed when their weak points out, and it's kind of weird. But
it's like shoot the glowy bits, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a little strange. But the one thing that's really cool is they do add in a function to let you choose like what time you want to go to skip to.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
And gyro controls, which makes the 12 shooting gallery games in Majora's Mask so much easier.
Yeah, I only did a few of those.
So
yeah, I think I only did the ones that got me a new quiver.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah, because they're intense and they're really hard.
Maybe. Yeah, they're not easy. Yeah, the first couple was like, okay, it's not bad. At save state. Yeah, not bad. You know,
you just get in a line and you just move left and right, and if you have to move up or down, you're screwed. So it's just
then you're like shooting birds on a moving riverboat, and you're like, I'm just like, I can't do. And then it's like, hold on, I got another shooting gallery over here. Like, no, I can't do any of that.
Stop, man, stop.
This isn't gonna work. You've got a red rupee for me. I know it.
Yeah. Also, the ultimate disappointment.
Yeah, I don't want it. Yeah. I never found. Speaking of the dungeons and the dungeon bosses, I never found any of them to be overly difficult or anything. Like, there's something about those where I liked them. I thought they were pretty entertaining and stuff. But I almost expected something for them to be like a little bit longer, or like there to be like 4 or 5 stages of each boss. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How they're, you know, and they were fine. But I almost expected them to be more epic. I don't know if that makes sense.
I don't know. I just hated the fish.
Fish one sucks. Actually,
it's slow.
They do actually make the fish one better somehow in the 3DS one, but all the others are worse.
Oh,
but somehow the fish is just better. I don't know how. It's just like it went all the way back around.
Yeah, it's just something and maybe it's possible I just wasn't doing it right, but you have to shoot it with an arrow or whatever, knock it out, and then put on the Zora mask, get into the water, and smack it. And just the controls of jumping in the water as the Zora and sinking down to the bottom that just it's so slow. If you don't do it quick enough, the fish just recovers, and you're like, okay, and then it hurts you.
Yeah,
that was the only boss that killed me. Yeah.
Like, this sucks.
Yeah, exactly. Like, great.
Yeah, and I kind of wish that I understand why the type of mechanic is there, but when you do the sort of boomerang throw out of your arms with the Zora, I wish I was a little bit quicker.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to hit anything, whether it's a boss or whether it's another enemy and stuff, I wish it was a little bit faster, the wind up. Like if you could sort of let them go a little quicker, but you got to sit there for like, a second and a half or something before they're able to launch. You know what I mean? So
and then if you lock on with Z, you can just press B and it'll throw them at the lock on target.
But then if you're me, you also have to do a backflip while you're doing that, so that it looks awesome.
Hell yeah!
Well, that's just style, man,
and it takes even more time.
But it's worth it because you look like a fucking badass.
Yeah.
Pull out your guitar.
Yeah. Oh no! Right. Of course. Press the B button to start glowing green.
Mid backflip. You're upside down at that point, and then by the time you land, your arms are back in place. The guitar's on your back, and you just, instant success. The boss is dead right away just because you did that. You pulled off that move.
I love Zora Link.
Dude, honestly, it's true. The swimming and everything is great. It
feels good.
It really, for a game that is 23 years old at this point, it's still, even at that speed with sort of not great camera work all the time and stuff, it still controls and feels dynamic.
Business.
Like it's
no business being that good.
Exactly. I thought it was going to be janky as shit. I thought it was.
Oh man.
I was like, this is cool. When I get into a tight space, I'm going to be screwed. And it's not perfect, but I thought the usually swimming stuff is a disaster, and it is not in this.
It's got a feel to it that you kind of know hey, if I use it in a small space, I'm gonna just smack the
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah.
And then but at the same time, you're kind of like, well, maybe I can get away with it. You know,
But if I don't hit the wall,
that's me. I'm like, oh, this is small. I probably shouldn't do
See.
this, but I'm gonna try it anyways. And then dunk, and then I'm frustrated, and I'm like, okay, no, it was me. It wasn't like I should have known.
I will slowly
it's on
roll
me.
on the bottom of the ocean. Okay, fine.
yeah, that's true. That sort of descent thing is just like, okay, I'm sinking like a really light rock right now. Like I'm a pebble.
Yeah,
Essentially the
Yeah.
speed that you, and then when you swim, you're just like a bullet.
So, so we've been talking this whole time, and we haven't really talked about Skull Kid.
Yes,
Skull Kid.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thoughts?
Skull Kid's creepy.
Yeah.
Always has been, always will be.
Man, this whole game is fucking creepy, man. Like it just is. I dig it. I like the tonal change. I do like that. I like, it's not like that all the way through, but I would say half the time it's fairly dark and everything.
It's unsettling like all the time. Whether it's
Yeah.
like, creepy or not, it's still just like, whether it's the music, like tone of the music, or just the tone of all the people you meet, it's just unsettling.
Yeah.
What's really cool about that whole tone is it starts off so happy. Like you think you get, I mean, with the exception of you're changed into a Deku scrub or whatever.
Yeah.
But when you get into Clocktown, it's like dun 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 dun. It's like super happy. You're like,
There's a
oh,
party
and then
today.
as it gets closer and closer, like the music, all of a sudden everything's like off key. It's playing all these like just random like sour notes, and you're like, oh my.
This is
and everyone you talk to gets more and more depressed, and like they're like, it's the end of times.
Oh, hey, today it's not raining. That's great. Oh no, the music's all worse.
I love in this game, and I feel like we should go back to Skull Kid, but I love that all these people, and maybe this is the use of the expansion pack, this is one of those few games on the N64 that requires that expansion pack.
Yep.
But just the fact that the characters, like if they have to run somewhere, like if they have to go, like the postman I'm thinking of, like if he has to go from the post office to the latte bar or whatever, he's literally running to the latte bar, and you can watch him run in, and at specific times you see characters like where they're supposed to be. They're walking in the doorway, they walk inside, like you can follow them every step of the way, and that is so cool to me. Like,
yeah, they don't just like magically disappear and appear to where they're quote unquote supposed to be or whatever.
They're
you can really
actually moving in real time to where they need to be.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true.
That's
I
cool.
mean, and it's still a big game, despite being able to sort of manage smaller areas at a time and stick to one area here, one area in north, south, east, west kind of thing. It's still a pretty sprawling area, and there's still a decent amount of stuff going on. So
it's kind of it's not as big as Ocarina of Time, but it's just so dense. Like,
I think it's not as open. It's not as wide open, I think, as Ocarina. But as far as like, I mean, I could be wrong, but it feels like, I don't know. It felt like to me, again, I haven't gone back to Ocarina in years, but it felt like to me it felt just as large, but more in like it's sort of when I compare an open world game, like this is going to like newer games now, open world game that would be even Breath of the Wild or even the Horizon games, for example. Those games are huge. They're open world, they're expansive spaces. And then you play games like, or Spider-Man or something, and then you play games like God of War, which is an open world-ish game, but every time you go to an area, it's sort of like a self-contained sort of spot, and that area in itself is something separate. That's what this felt like. So it felt like a little bit like of a different approach to having an open world.
Well, because like the swamp area is kind of open. It is like two really big areas, multi-tier. There's a second level to them too. But it's mostly just those two big areas, and then the kind of potion Lost Woods side off to the side. But then, up on the mountain, there's a bunch of smaller areas, like kind of big, but there's like 5 or 6 different
there's a
rooms,
few.
if you will, and it gets a little bit. I don't know. They kind of change from the stone area is huge. So I don't know. They're kind of they all have their own region, has their own thing going on, and they feel sectioned off, but still pretty open. I don't know.
Yeah,
I just think coming off of Ocarina of Time, because I literally played the entirety of Ocarina of Time and then the entirety of Majora's Mask. And to me, it feels like Ocarina of Time, you could start at the Deku tree.
Yeah.
You could go all the way to, let's say, Gerudo Valley.
Mhm.
And there's like a transition of, forest to Hyrule Field to stony area to desert to Gerudo Valley.
Mhm.
Like there's like all those transitional elements. And in this one, it feels more like you enter a space, like there's a tunnel or something or a doorway, you enter that, and then you're in a new, totally different like zone.
Yeah.
Like it's like they have big areas and they're dense, but they're not like as
they're not connected in the same way.
They're
Yeah.
not interconnected in the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it makes it overall just a little bit smaller, but it's not, by no means is it small. It's just not quite as maybe well thought out, I guess, but that could just be a time thing. Like,
Yeah.
Or just not connected
Yeah,
in
a
the same
year.
way. Yeah. Or yeah, exactly.
Yeah, a year to
14
make
months
this
or
game.
15 months to
Yeah,
yeah,
15,
exactly.
yeah.
So
I mean, you never notice it, especially I only pointed out because I played them back to back, and I'm kind of like, oh, I like what they did with this. Like, I think the gameplay in Majora's Mask is better
Mhm.
than Ocarina
Right.
of Time. Okay, I'm just gonna throw it out there because I love it. When you're Link and you're hopping on platforms, you don't just do a little hop. You actually start doing these acrobatic like flips.
Yeah.
Oh,
especially
so
if you do in
good.
succession. What an amazing change. Not only is it cooler, you get a little bit more momentum. It's a little faster. It feels more fluid.
Mhm.
It's great.
And that fluidity translates between all the like different masks you use. Like you can use momentum and build up. And I love when games do that.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you didn't see it a lot in those early titles. Like it's
It's
it's a feeling.
I think it's a very effective opening because they're expecting people who've played Ocarina to come in to this game, and in some ways, Miyamoto just wanted to put out the Master Quest, and they were like,
Yes.
no, let us just like make something. He's like, all right, we might release it. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
So in some ways, this is sort of the Master Quest. Like this is a little bit harder. They're expecting you to know things about how a game is played. Like you run into Wolfos like in the swamp
Pretty
area
early.
before you're into the swamp. Like they're in the forest.
Yeah.
So they're expecting you to kind of be able to roll with some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it went away again.
Well, very interesting that you said roll with some stuff, because I found myself as Link. I'm not rolling. Ocarina of Time, that's all I did. Majora's Mask, I don't roll at all unless I put the Goron mask
right,
on.
Of course.
But I mean, I just slap on a bunny hood and run.
Right.
Back to the bunny. The bunny hood just rounds it all out.
You
It's
can also
just-
run backwards, I think. I think that's also good.
Run backwards.
That's what like speedrunners will do in Ocarina.
Oh,
you can run
what?
backwards is a little bit faster, and then
Oh.
you get into bomb sliding, and that's a whole thing.
The whole thing, yeah.
So that's what the like fluidity would add. Like speed, I could
Right.
see speedrunners like taking that element, that momentum, you stack it with different things.
Mhm.
Like it's really the first. Like Ocarina of Time didn't have that so much. Ocarina of Time was more like that. Like this is how you do it. Kind of. I'm sure it has it, but you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Like this one is the one where I'm like, oh, I could see how you could use that to do. Like it gives you ideas. Sort of like how Breath of the Wild has that like trick shot kind of vibe mentality to it. I appreciate it. It's cool.
Yeah, I think the dang it. I'm tired. I'm sorry. I've been up a lot. The trick shot, what were you saying about Majora's Mask?
The bombs
Just like
and the momentum and
fluidity
stuff.
and
yeah.
Why
Something like that.
Remembering a good point, and then I keep forgetting it.
It's all good. It's fine. Skull Kid?
Skull Kid's here.
Skull Kid's cool. So Skull Kid is another aspect of being a little bit unsettling, I would say.
Yeah, he's terrifying.
Yeah, I don't know. Is he terrifying because of the mask? Is he
Yes.
terrifying because of the sound effect? Is he terrifying without the mask? Like,
Yes.
I feel like it's all of that.
All of it, yeah. His
Yeah.
body, it's his lanky body and how he's kind of like he gives off this
Yeah,
vibe of being like, I'm a real boy.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and he kind of
He's
but
creepy
like,
straw
contorts.
Pinocchio.
He's
Yeah.
creepy.
Yeah.
He's creepy no matter if he's channeling the mask or not. Like,
Yeah.
like I want to be your
Yeah, at
friend.
the end.
I want to be your friend. Here, let me come up
Yeah.
and talk to you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
steal all your crap. Like, no, you're a sociopath and get away from me. But also that then like when the turn happens and he's just like floating there and staring at you, it's like, oh, this is gonna be a really bad day. There's more going on here.
That mask though is I know at this point it's like iconic is sort of like a word you could use, but like it's a really cool design.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Majora's Mask is a really awesome, interesting design, I think. And I think that adds to it, right? You could put that on almost any character, I guess, but somehow they just really found their design choice with who this body is and what that mask is, and somehow it just really like meshes perfectly, I think.
Because it's just Skull Kid was from Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
In Majora's Mask, he even says like, "Hey, you look like that fairy kid that played me that song that one time."
Yeah, isn't that like one of the first things he says? Yeah, he's
like, oh,
so
hey.
it's really really interesting. They just found that character and they're like, oh, it look really like this. Like they just purposely found that character and they're like, this would be creepy or interesting or whatever.
Yeah, we could do something
when you actually get to like end game, it's just like a normal kid.
Yeah,
wearing the mask, you know, and actually all those children, I just want to point out, they all look like the Happy Mask Salesman.
Oh yeah, they do.
I feel like there's something there.
Oh yeah.
So that's interesting.
On the moon?
Yeah, on the moon.
They all, if you look behind their head, they are just like little happy mask kids.
Yeah, which is very interesting.
This kid is dead, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Okay, so I had this theory, okay, because I was going in, I made a short for my YouTube channel. And I was thinking about it, and I'm like, this is pretty good, I think. So, the Fierce Deity Mask. So, I'm looking at Majora, like, wanting to destroy this town. Okay, so, why? Like, why do you want to destroy this town that has nothing to do with...
Because I'm
like,
evil.
Yeah, because I'm evil.
Let me have my thing.
Well, but then, like, even destroying the town, like, this mask, I mean, he's strong, right? He can transform. He can shoot out lasers. He can do all sorts of stuff. He specifically is like, I'm going to drop the moon on this town. This is going to blow and disintegrate everything. And I was like, why is he doing that? He's got to have some real purpose to like going to that level of ability to wipe out this town. Right. And then I'm like, okay, maybe he's trying to rectify a mistake. And then I was like, furthering like into it, like they're saying he's a bad guy, but when you get the Fierce Deity Mask, it says this mask is like dark powers or as bad as Majora's or something something along those lines. And Majora gives you that mask. If you get rid of all your masks, you collect every mask, you hand them out to the kids on the moon, he gives you the Fierce Deity Mask. So my theory was he is trying to rectify giving the Fierce Deity Mask to Link by destroying Link and Termina. Like he wants to obliterate it so the Fierce Deity doesn't get loose. And I'm like, boom. Fierce Deity is the bad guy, not Majora.
What? Good thing he's dead.
Yeah.
Good thing it was all a dream.
Good thing you can't glitch out of Seikon's hideout and run amok on the world with the Fierce Deity Mask on.
I mean that it's an interesting, again, it is back to like one of the first things I said. It's just like it is an interesting setup. It's an interesting take on things. I don't know, you know, especially you, Luigi, you can tell me, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know that any other game in the Legend of Zelda series in any way has any kind of approach like this one does. I can't think of it. Everything else is sure, everything can be a little bit more lighthearted or colorful or different types of mechanics, like the Oracle games or whatever. Like, I get it, but
when Link's Awakening, when you get down to it, it's really dark.
yeah, but it's not like dark. Like, this game can actually
the
be
bosses are
dark.
pleading with you because if you keep doing what you're doing, you'll destroy everything. You'll kill everyone. Will cease to exist. They're like, all these people will vanish and die.
Yeah,
like
including
and then you're like, that was kind of trippy. And then the owl, you step outside, and the owl's like, go north. And you're like, okay, I'll go north now.
Okay, Mr. Owl. Okay, yeah, no problem. Also, the owl thing, the whole like, I didn't realize at first because I didn't know enough about this game going into it. I didn't know there was fast travel in this. I appreciated that. That was fun. I didn't really know. Took me a couple of owl hits to realize, oh, you meant that was fast travel. Gotcha. I think I hit the third one and then I realized what it was. So
where's my song?
Luckily,
what do I play?
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean this song? What?
The song
maybe I was hitting
town.
A. I was hitting A too quickly or something, and I didn't really pay attention to what he said. I don't know. But again, save states, so that helped.
Yeah.
So,
I was gonna say Twilight Princess is pretty dark.
Yeah.
That's one I haven't played.
Like atmosphere wise.
Yeah, that's what I mean. More like atmosphere for sure is definitely part of it. So.
It gets edgy. Like we said, like the edgy screaming, which I think that's about as like weirdly edgy as it gets. This game is unsettling and bizarre and in kind of the right ways, whereas his Twilight Princess sometimes tries too hard and like he's got like a wallet chain in that, like you're running around like you have a studded collar at that point. Like, come on, man.
Frosted tips and a wallet chain.
Does have
so he's
but then you get Midna, and Midna's like one of the best things ever.
Yeah, it's one of the ones. I haven't played that one. I gotta I know there's so many I haven't played, man. You'd be so disappointed.
I'm thinking
all right.
I'm thinking like Twilight Princess focuses around a transformation too.
Mm-hmm.
It also like it has a lot of weird side quests. Like I'm thinking like the rupee armor with the guy that's like cursed or whatever. Like there's a bunch of really weird crap. There's you find the hero of time Link.
Yeah.
In that
he's
one.
dead.
And he's like a skeleton, like and teaches you how to fight.
Where did he go to die?
He's dead.
He fought a skull
He's
kid.
dead. But he's got like crazy armor on. I wonder if there's any masks or anything that you wear in Majora's Mask that matches up with that.
That's a good point.
That look.
Because that is him.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should look into that.
I'm looking at the masks now, but I've never played Twilight Princess, so I wouldn't know. I don't know.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's pretty great.
I honestly, I've never heard anyone be like, you absolutely should skip it or whatever. I just didn't get to it. Just like a lot of these, like, it is what it is. But I honestly like just sort of like wrap it up a little bit and stuff. I like honestly I'm happy that I played this. Like, I really think that this is a really, really good game. I do think that honestly, if I played this, like I said, like, 20 years ago, 18 years ago or something, I don't know if I would have enjoyed it as much because I would have been running into a lot more like figuratively or literally running into a lot more walls.
How is this game?
How? What is game? And I think I would have like been a little bit more frustrated with it. And that's just, I think, slightly old game design and approach and stuff. But I don't think that's necessarily like a huge negative. I still think like if you're in my shoes and have played Ocarina a couple of times, even if it's been a while, and you haven't played this or have very little experience with it, I think it's definitely worth at least getting like, let's say 2 or 3, like at least get to the Zora area and sort of
play some guitar.
Play some guitar, swim around a bit, go visit some pirates, like do that. And then, you might get enough of it and sort of appreciate what the game is. But I think the whole thing to me overall is worth it and was a good time. And I think the atmosphere and mood and darkness of it and stuff and how it sets up and all that is really what I'm going to associate with this game going forward. Is that
there's a lot of really sweet, emotional, personal stories in this game.
Mhm.
It hits the heart harder than Ocarina really can.
Right.
I got really invested in that story and loved it a lot. But like, I always suggest people play this game. It's like, give it a shot. It's not that daunting. Like I said, for the most part, the clock doesn't matter. You can just restart again. You can just keep, if you need to explore and get your bearings and figure stuff out, like, don't worry about it. When you know what you're supposed to do, then it's like playing Pikmin. You get to a new area, you don't necessarily know what you're supposed to do. You don't know what the bad guys are, and so you head out with the squad and you get destroyed. And like, you lose half your army, and it's like, okay, but now I know what this area is like. I'm gonna restart this day, and we'll just take it again. And it's, if thinking about it like that, you can get a little bit farther in the game. It's fun. You should play it if you haven't and you're afraid to. It's fine.
Yeah. Honestly, I think I've played a couple of games, a couple hours, like Mario Tennis and stuff with the Switch Online. Like, okay, it's $50-$60. Yeah, it's amazing. I love that game. Like, this game alone is probably worth the price of admission, because it like, especially this and Ocarina both being on Switch Online, like, that's it. That's all you need, honestly. Like, they're gonna keep adding games and stuff, but if you're worried like me, where I was like, I don't know, I have a couple of these games, I'll play them eventually. Like, it's fine. I don't need to buy it.
Play Majora's Mask.
It was worth it. It was worth it.
Get in
here. Like, this and Mario Tennis, man. That's all I needed. That's it.
Hey,
so far, it's all I
if
needed.
you need a further sell, Banjo-Kazooie's also on there.
Yes, I know. Yeah, well, he
has ways to play that.
But not Donkey Kong 64. Yeah. What the heck?
Yeah. There's too many collectibles. I can't fit it all on there.
It's because they can't change hell to heck.
Yeah, it's I would say, like, the cost of getting the expansion pack is worth it just for this game. Honestly, it was really good. It was really fun. Jiggy, what about you, man? You powered through the last couple weeks. Still happy with it?
So I finished it last night at about 1:30 a.m.
Yeah.
And I could have finished the main story, but I was like, I got to get that fierce deity,
Right.
And let me tell you, it was so worth it in the end, because you just obliterate Majora.
It's not even a fight.
Like, you stand there and just tap B, and you're just like, dun, 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 and he's just dead. Like, you don't have to do anything. It's like so easy. But getting to that point is, pretty grueling. I really appreciate in this game all the different, like, just to go off the intrigue of this game, the mystery, like, not even just the side quests, but I just like getting all the different masks and items and seeing what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they all have a different function. They all give you a different ability. Like, it's so cool to me. And you don't have to get them. You don't have to use them. I always like that aspect of, I don't have to get this.
Yeah.
But if I do, I'm just going to make Link like the coolest, like, he can have so many abilities. Like, I can smell treasure. What?
Oh, sweet.
I just learned that. So
the giant masks, like, we didn't talk about that one, but that's like the only one you can only use in like one specific boss fight. But that was awesome. I just love it.
It's a great.
You don't have to use it, but you can, and it's cool.
It's a great way of putting variety in a game that, I was sort of like taking a couple like mental notes as I was playing and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, based on what Ocarina like was and is and was, especially at that time, they did not need to do what they did in this. They didn't need to go as far as they did with having dozens of masks and having all these different types of variety of gameplay and all these different elements that they bring to it and stuff, but they did it. And I think that's what makes it extra special, honestly, is like, they could have just milked it. They could have just had the same game, put you on a different map with these same dungeons or very similar dungeons, and that's it. And then maybe like a mask or two, and like, that's all. Right. But they just like overloaded in a good way with all this stuff. And I think that's awesome. I think it's awesome.
in my mind, that's what makes the best Zelda games, because you play one Zelda game, you know the story for all of them. You know, you're trying to stop Ganon, who's taking over. Like, some of the stories are even
Unless he's
very
not,
similar. You know, in
which
he's not,
case he actually is.
yeah, exactly.
Oh no, he's
it
here.
always circles back in some
Who
way.
could have seen it coming?
But it's like, this game really took the aspect, like Ocarina of Time played around a little bit with side quests, you know, but Majora's Mask was like, yeah, the main story is the side quest. I feel like you're gonna want to play the, you know, the side quest is where we're really focusing our time, and that's, you know, it's just really well thought out and super cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I dig it.
Well, gentlemen, thanks for sticking with me through playing this. I'm glad everyone had a good time. I'm glad everyone enjoys the game and everything. And if there's any other people to talk about this game with, I don't know who it was. So this was awesome. So thank you.
Can I say one more thing before you officially sign out?
Yeah, man, always.
Because I didn't talk about how I acquired my cartridge. So my friend, he was like selling a bunch of his N64 stuff, and he's like, "Hey man, you like getting stuff?" I was like, "Yeah,
I love getting
like,
stuff.
You wanna buy this for me?"
Things. Yeah,
I was like, "Sure." So I gave him like, I basically bought a crap ton of games from him, and then he's like, "Hey, I don't feel right selling you this copy of Majora's Mask, because basically the brittleness of these cartridges, it is the holographic one that's golden,
right?
It was all cracked and like falling apart." And he said, "Yeah, so like, you know, 12-year-old me thought putting a bunch of super glue on it would fix the problem. So this thing is like just caked on with super glue. And if you look on it like from the front, it looks fine. You notice there's like a little right there.
Whatever.
But if you look on the top, it's like all glued down the seam.
Oh,
and
it's like super glue. Off center.
I took rubbing alcohol and was like scrubbing the crap out of the bottom connectors here, the pins, and I was like, I really hope this holds up. But happily, I played the entire game, no issues.
Yeah,
so there you go. I just wanted to throw that out there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
man,
hilarious.
You got the
you
magic.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, you got the magic touch, man. You're like the game doctor. I think that's the thing. A game doctor, something. I feel like sounds like Game Genie, but I feel like that's a thing.
Disc doctor.
Yeah, so don't super glue your video game.
There's other ways to get them to stick back together.
Yeah.
Or just be careful. Just be careful, people. Be careful. All right, guys. Thanks so much, Jiggy. Before we let you go, man, where can everyone find your stuff? You got a rockin' YouTube channel, man.
Oh, thank you. Yep, YouTube.
Not quite so much, but where can everybody find it?
You can find Jiggylookback on YouTube, and on there I've got links to everything, but the YouTube's my main thing. I got a sweet video coming out this Wednesday about booze for Mario Bros. So
Mario booze.
Gonna be
all right,
Mario booze. So if you're interested in booze or Mario booze,
yes,
go check it out.
All right, I'll see you there. Luigi, man, my partner in crime. How are you, man? Thanks for coming back, man. This is awesome.
Fun.
I'm so happy, man. I'm just like, it's just,
I wish I could be here.
No, it's all good, man. That's all good. Hey, it is what it is. But anywhere you want to plug, anything you want to plug out there?
You can find me covering Tears of the Kingdom right now on Chat of the Wild, a Zelda book club podcast. Yeah, we're gonna be doing like 2 episodes a week on that, and little mini episodes where like we have a guest in for like a what you wearing, what's your weapon, what's your hot tip, and so yeah,
what you cooking,
what you got. It's so good.
Ooh, someone's got a collector's edition in their hand. Oh boy.
I am just thrilled with that game. And
amazing.
You can check out my other podcast, Need for Speedrunning, which my friend Brad and I make with a couple people from Games Done Quick. We're going to Summer Games Done Quick. We're going to do a panel there. It's going to be great.
What? Amazing.
And 2 years ago, our first episode was Breath of the Wild. We looked at the any percent run. It's been 2 years. That run looks completely different now. And we're like, hey, for 2 years, why don't we watch Breath of the Wild again? And we'll cover like how it's changed. And it was pretty crazy. So that's fun. Check out Need for Speedrunning, where podcasts live.
Sweet.
Amazing. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone, for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye. That will bring us to the final moments. This conclusion of Remember 64 covering Majora's Mask. Thank you, everyone who was a part of the show, including the extra voices and social media interaction that we've had over the last several weeks as we led up to this episode. Really, really appreciate it. It's awesome to hear from people. Honestly, I really, really love it, and I'm going to try and continue to get more voices on the show rather than just the guests or just myself. That's a process as we get through it, but I really, really appreciate it. Thank you, everyone who has chimed in and has been a part of this. Thank you for helping us grow the show, patreon.com/remember64show. That will help us continue to do bigger and better things, as well as helping you get episodes early and video content early as well. Yes, we are also on YouTube as that continues to expand. I want to keep saying thank you, and thank you to anyone who has been listening to this episode and to these shows over the last several months. I know over the course of April, May here of 2023, things have been a little bit quieter on the podcast feed, but we are back and bigger than ever. So thank you very much for being patient with me and patient with us. But that's pretty much it. You can find us on YouTube, Patreon, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, at Remember64Show is where you'll find all of that. But until next time, everyone, thanks very much for listening. We'll see you next time.